Hey everyone, it's the Redheaded Mystic. My name is Amanda, and this is the Dead Garden. So I thought we would do an off-the-cuff kind of reading. So I shuffled the Wild Unknown Archetype cards, and I pulled the Kiss out, followed by the Medallion, and the Shadow. I did it off camera because they're really hard to shuffle, so it took a little bit. All right, so there is some type of partnership, some type of golden gift coming in, and there has been I was gonna say an integration of shadows, but I heard meeting. Yeah, where light and dark meet, integration, a balancing. Union. Not yet. Oh. I feel like the Kiss and the Shadow have to do with each other. And then there's this in between, something that's coming in between, or something that's stuck in the middle. That's interesting. Okay. All right, Spirit, what can you tell us about the Kiss? What can you tell us about the Kiss with these two hands? These two people could be from different backgrounds, different nationalities, like ethnic backgrounds. The Knight of Cups. And give me one more for that. Okay. The Knight of Swords. Interesting. Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords. I wonder. I wonder if there's two suitors with this. Okay, what can you tell us about the Shadow? Oh, okay, the Queen of Swords. And give me one more for the Shadow. That's two, but I'll take it. The Ace of Cups. And the Five of Cups. Well, I think the Ace of Cups fell first, right? And then the Five of Cups. Yeah. Okay. These are all females. These are two males, even with the Five of Cups. That's interesting because with the Shadow card, right, we have the like the white diamond, and then we have the gray diamond. And these two are kind of light. She's got the light pouring down on her. The Queen of Swords is she's grounded and she's ready. She's focused. But the Five of Cups, she's looking at her spilt cups, and then she's ignoring the two that are filled behind her. So that's more of, I don't want to say a gray mindset, but if you know what I mean. If you catch my drift of what I'm trying to put down. Okay. And then what about the medallion? I don't feel like this is gonna come together until after. The Four of Pentacles. And then give me one more. Okay. The Magician. Nice. Okay, that makes sense. It's weird because this Knight of Cups looks like a really feminine face. So this could be two male relation, like two males in a relationship, or a male who's more in his feminine. I'm hearing there's a balancing. He's in a bunch of water. They're both in a bunch of water. That's weird. That's interesting. The horses are in water. This water is like gray and kind of murky and going the opposite way the horse is. So there's resistance. And then with the Knight of Cups, the water is blue and round and like kind of bubbly. I'm hearing a fighting against himself. Okay, so this is the same person. Okay. So this is one male who's fighting against himself. Okay. So there's a male fighting against himself, and the shadow is the feminine. She's obviously in her Queen of Swords, and she's strong in that, and the purity in that, which goes with that reading I did the other day. So that's coming out again. But with this Five of Cups, she's looking at her spilt cups, and she's I don't know if that's wheat that she's holding on to. What kind of plant. She's looking at everything that's spilt, and she's not looking at the 2 cups behind her. So it feels like she's reflecting. Everything is okay, and she's in a strong, she's strong and she's focused, and she's loving herself. She feels the love of the universe. Light is pouring on her. But she has this small side in her shadow. This small piece in her shadow that is causing her to have her back turned on something that's coming. And this male is fighting against himself. He's fighting against himself. He's trying to fully balance and integrate his masculine and feminine sides. And I'm getting a lot with the orange and the reddish and the yellow from this moon. So balancing his creativity and his root. Which makes sense, because if you, I guess, wanted like red would be maybe more of the male, more rooted, and then feminine energy is like really creative. So, okay, that makes sense to me. Medallion. The medallion. So the thing that's in between them. Now, whether this is a person or a circumstance or something that's going on, we will find out later, I guess. But the 4 of Pentacles, this is a rooting of the creativity, a rooting of the material wealth. It's holding on to it pretty tight though. Why does this feel like blood to me? Something to do with the blood, like family, the family blood, the ancestral blood, the creativity of that. Interesting. Something maybe being passed down, maybe a family business. And then obviously the Magician. Maybe building a family business. Maybe passing on of the family business. Maybe this business is a spiritual business of sorts. And that could be like in service. Doesn't have to be I heard like Bible in my head because he's holding that big book. And then he's got like the scepter. He's got the infinite wisdom. He's got the sword, the cup, the pentacle, and the wood, which is the stability, the foundation. Okay, so the medallion, the Four of Pentacles, and the Magician, that's generational wealth. This is generational wealth. Okay. We're getting somewhere. All right. Got it. Okay. What do we do next? Should we do some more of these? Let's do more of these. Yeah. Okay. What can you tell us? Or maybe, you know what? Let's pull from these ones. Okay, what can you tell us about this male that is fighting with himself, with the masculine and feminine energies of himself? That was weird. Volatility, volcano. Well, can't make that up. So he's fighting with himself. And again, with the orange and the yellow, there's a lot of orange and yellow and red going on. And even her, the cloak over her head, or a hijab, I guess. Possibly. Okay. What else can you tell us about? Give me another one for this male. I'm clarifying for another one for this male. This one? No? Give me another one. Give me another one. What can you tell us about the kiss? Dawn, new beginnings. So he's preparing himself, heading toward, again with the red and the yellow. Those dawn, when the sun comes up, he's preparing for this new beginning. Okay, and then what can you tell us about the shadow and this Queen of Swords and Ace of Cups, Five of Cups, this feminine, and I totally got two. The Forest, breath, and there's no gender in tarot, like put yourself where you belong. Fa la 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 la. Forest, breath. Really beautiful colors, and look at these. They're same kind of colors, but the pinks, the greens, softs, it's really pretty. So Ace of Cups, she's the breath. She's learning how to breathe. She is breathing. She is life. She gives life. And what's this other one? Milky Way. Perspective. She has the perspective of the cosmos. And with the Five of Cups, because Cosmos, it's like dark on the outside, right? And she's looking shadow-wise, which matches the light and the shadow meeting in the dark. Same with the Milky Way. About this thing that she's not looking at, that this tiny little thing in the back of her head that's causing her to not look at these two cups. I just heard it's purposeful. Like it's on purpose. Like she's doing it? No. It's meant to be that way. It's just part of her journey, part of how she's supposed to look at stuff. In order for her not to see. Okay? Because we're not supposed to know everything, right? Where's the fun in that? God, can you imagine literally knowing everything? That would be crazy. All right, what can you tell us about the medallion and this generational wealth? I heard family values. That was weird. Okay, what can you tell us, Spirit, about the medallion, the Four of Pentacles, and the Magician? Again, in the Four of Pentacles, that's foundations, right? What can you tell us about the medallion and the Magician? 4 and 5. Green Man, synergy. A partnership. I'm getting two different things from this. Okay, give me another one. Yeah, I like this here. Because he's looking for synergy in between. And there's like a synergy in between the two with heart chakra. There's growth. Oh, what is it? Earth-based. This has to do with a business that's going to be like earth-based. That's supposed to like help people on the earth, make the earth better, right? Take it. Fire and passion. Again, with the red and the orange and the yellow, lots of root, lots of solar, lots of sacral energy, lots of fiery energy. And then all the green as well. Growth. I really like that. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Do these ones? Should we do these ones or should we do the other ones? These ones? No. These ones. Okay. I want to know. Okay, this one keeps really popping out at me. I really want, it's like such a pretty card. I want to know about this Green Man synergy. I want to know what kind of business this is. Waterfall. Overflowing abundance. Fulfillment. Tears of joy. And with the waterfall and that Ace of Cups, with the overflowing, the water coming down. this is going to heal. This has a healing. So that goes with the spiritual based. It's supposed to heal other people. Now, when I say earth-based, it doesn't necessarily have, like, you could build houses for people, and that's like in service of people, bettering the planet. What do they call that? Relief work, where you go and you help other people that are going through troubled times, like tribes and like different areas that don't have things. Or it could just even be spiritually based, like healing people through like Reiki and things like that, right? Okay, what else can you tell us about this this medallion? Loons. Deeply committed family. So there's the family. All in it for what you love. Manifest deep desires. So there's a passion and a partnership and a family aspect with that. So that makes sense. Okay. I want one more. I don't know why, but I feel like one more. Give me one more for this medallion. Hello. Fish. This is resources, finances, investments, income, commerce. Okay. Lavish, large quantity. So with generational wealth and family business, you need resources, finances, investments. It's a prosperous thing. Love it. That is nice confirmation. And again, there's 4 fish in this, which is foundations. And literally the word fish has 4 letters in it. And so does fire. Very interesting. Okay, what can you tell us about the energy of this guy? This male, he's looking for new beginnings. And there's some volatility going on. I am drinking peppermint tea. Are you guys drinking anything? What are you drinking? Drop it in the comments. Okay, what can you tell us about this new beginnings? This balancing of this male. This fighting with himself. Oh my god. Okay. Road, which is 22 master, which adds up to 4. The word road is 4. Also foundations. Crossroads, journey, multiple choice, travel, weighing the options, deciding, opportunity, road trip, independent. Yeah, that definitely goes with new beginnings. So he must have a choice. He's making choices. He's making independent choices. He has to travel forward to this female. And then what else did I get? Mice. Stress, fatigue, loss, filth, worry, fear, anxiety, nagging. So Really? Okay. So he's obviously tired. He might not be taking the best care of himself. I feel like there's a little bit of feeling sorry for himself, which makes sense with the volatility. I feel like there's pressure. Like I feel pressure on my face. So maybe like people are coming at him, or because of the fighting with himself, he's putting the pressure on himself. It could be both. It could be outside pressure and it could be pressure on himself. But he's definitely under stress, that is for sure. Okay, give me one more for him, please. Okay, 2 then. And this one wanted to come out a little bit slow, almost hesitating. Okay, so we got Moose. Again with the independent, the time alone, the solidarity. So he's spending time alone, trying to figure things out, right? So he's trying to integrate. And then Magnet. Yeah, he's being pulled towards whoever this feminine is. There's a yearning, an attraction, and a longing. There's a longing for this new beginning. Okay, so he wants to end whatever's happening with him, and he wants to move forward in his life. And what was Curiosity? What was this one? Wow. I can't make that up. Okay. Third person. So this one slowly kind of crept, wanted to come out, but I wasn't sure, and there was a hesitation. Interesting. Rival. Too many people. Someone else's influence. That must be what's causing all of this fatigue and stress with the mice. And guess what? Who gives a fuck about third parties? We're gonna put that at the bottom of the deck, because we don't care, do we? Nope. Should we keep it out? No. Fuck it, right? All this third-party bullshit, right? Let's focus on the positive of the moving forward, leaving the past in the past, right? Fuck yeah. Amen to that. What can you tell me about this breath of fresh air woman? This Queen of Swords. That's too many. I'm not taking that. All right, what can you tell me about her? What can you tell me about the Queen of Swords? The element of fire. Well, it's the Queen of Swords. Creative, passionate, spontaneous, sexy, larger than life, inspiration. Expect the unexpected. She needs to expect, okay, which goes with this Two of Cups that she's not looking at. So she's grounded. She's not putting up with bullshit right now. Okay. What else can you tell me? can you tell me about the shadow? There's 2. Tower. She's standing alone. Again, there's both of these are ego. Legal systems, institutions. There's something else about this card. I'm gonna put that there. And then garden, public venues, crowds, event, party, meeting, community, outdoors, playing the field. She's going outside. Outside. She's preparing. She's getting ready to be social. I don't like that there. Getting ready to be social. And again with the fountains and the water and the fresh. Public speaking. Okay, what can you tell me about this shadow, this Milky Way perspective in the 5 of Cups? What was that? Spring wanted to come out. So that's like new beginnings. That's flourishing, blooming. Whip. Interesting. Arguments, tension, snapped, kinky sex, driven, get cracking. Okay. So this also feels, so this is like a trip of ego thing. So she's ready to play. Oh my God. And that's an 11 on that card. Oh my God. She's shadowy right now, I'm hearing. Which goes a lot with all this fiery energy and this creative passion, right? But with all the green and with all of the, like the freshness of water, I don't feel like it's coming from like a negative place, like abusive. I feel like it's coming from more of a healthy state because she's integrated her shadow. But she's definitely ready to go in all of the ways. So what can you tell me about perspective in Milky Way, please? This perspective of what she's not looking at with these 2 cups. Celtic knot. Unconditional love, legendary divine union, infinity, connected love of a lifetime. So these 2 cups that she's not looking at, that she doesn't see coming, is love. Love is coming. And again with the red. So it looks like these 2, he's coming in, she doesn't see it, and they're gonna build a family legacy. That's intense. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. What are we at? 40? I think that's good. I think we'll probably wrap it up there. No? Well, what else should we do? Tea? What's the decision with the mail? What's this decision? That's too many. What's this decision? Well, he's fighting with himself and he wants to move forward. There's like some type of third party problem. Like what's up with that? Not the third party, but what's the decision? New creative ideas, new ventures, fresh start. Right? Which we know. The sunrise. Again with the sunrise, right? Dawn beginning. Rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters. Oh. With all this fire energy, maybe he wants to... Okay. Okay. I was gonna say maybe he wants to ground his root more, but I'm not getting that. What I'm getting is the third party. There's like women or a woman like on his fucking dick, on his like ass, bothering him, and he's trying to get rid of her. Well, when you got it, right? And I guess he wants to make sure this is over and done with before he moves forward. And so that's probably an issue, right? That makes sense. Leave the past in the past before you move forward so there's no problems, right? What can you tell me about if she's ready and then she's got these, it feels like she's got something else going on. What is she moving towards? He's moving towards her, trying to, and then what is she moving towards? Because she's got this other stuff going on. Whoa. All right. I heard take 'em. Tree. Affairs with your family. I heard kids. So you could have kids, she could have kids. It's not just her that she has to pay attention to make choices. Like what's the best for everyone involved. And then I got key. Successful outcome to your problems. So everything is going to be fine with whatever she's worried about, that shadow, that thing in the back of her head. Perspective. And then scales. Keep your life in balance. So to continue to stay grounded, continue to stay creative and play and balance, you know, balance the work that you're doing along with play and rest. Make sure you're getting rest. That's nice. I like that. So she's focused on family. She's focused on being balanced. She's focused on keeping her eye on the prize. And then I want to know about this generational wealth, this it's weird, I have blood connect, family tie, I don't know. What can you tell us about this okay. Arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So this is where it's headed. Keep going. What else can I get for that? With the loons, the fish. That's too many. Cracked cup. The dissatisfaction with life. I'm hearing no more. All of this coming in is going to create no more of this dissatisfaction in life. That's over with. This is moving into pure abundance, and this is not going to matter anymore in her life or in this male's life. Can you give me one more? Close it out. What about the family? What about this family aspect? No. Fine. Like wine vine, grapevine. Seek out information that will help you. That will help you get there, which goes with resources and finances. So multiple people will be helping. This will be a team effort, a family effort. A group effort. That's really nice. So there's a coming together of these two, and they will create a family within their bloodline merging, but also within a family that isn't blood. Spreading that out in service for it to grow. For it to be a source for everyone else. That's beautiful. Wow. Again, that's been the consensus with the other couple of readings I've done. Very nice. Okay. Well, if any of that resonated with you guys, like it, comment, subscribe. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Yeah. I hope everyone's having a good start to their week. Peace.